Hello and welcome back to Higurashi Minagoroshi, heading into chapter 6. I'm in a good mood today. It's a work day, but I'm feeling the good kind of tired. Like there's two kind of tired, like after a hard days of work you're just sleepy and aching. I have like the more of a, man, that was a hard day of work, but I'm happy. I don't know if people get that too. I get that rarely, like maybe 1 out of 4 times, but it's a good feeling. It's been a good week in general. First route of 999 complete, hardest boss in rant speed, and pushing the Minagoroshi videos. But yeah, let's just we're gonna keep it a bit short for the intros. I feel like the past episodes have always been like an hour plus, and on work days I always record later than normal, so I just want to get it started. But last chapter we had the whole discussion with the club members. Shian's on the side of killing. Keiichi's the voice of reason. Um, and we'll see. Shion still doesn't believe them. She still wants to go murder Teppei. But we'll see if the club members can find a plan. Maybe get Rika back involved. Hype her up with a nice plan. I gave a couple. I don't know how good they were though. Tip, we just got like Teppei's point of view on the tip. I mean, it just showed him being trash. um, I didn't see anything deeper than that. I think that's about it though, right? Yeah, Rika's losing hope. Keiichi's trying to keep the club members together. And hopefully Xian won't kill Satoto. It might be a game changer though, because Satoto will be coming to class this chapter, and that might light a fire in. Keiichi's very susceptible to it, so hopefully he can keep his cool and continue being the leader the club needs right now. It's a rough situation, but we'll see how they deal with sad Toto. Hopefully, well, it's Keiichi's house. Keiichi POV. This is about her probably faking she had a cold for the child protective services. From Teppei's hint, that was a bit of new tech we didn't see. Mian called me in the middle of the night. The social worker went to Satoto's house tonight after getting a call from the school. They had a talk with Satoto and her uncle. How do you look at Teppei and say that's a good uncle? I'm sorry, looks aren't everything, but I wouldn't be he's such a harsh person. Even when he's trying to sound polite, I bet it sounds intimidating and stuff. He told them that Satoto didn't go to school today because of a cold. He also claimed he didn't call the school because he didn't have the number. It's probably true, to be honest, but I mean, he obviously just didn't think about the school, but he probably doesn't have the number. The Satoto would know. He explained that he spoke with Chia-sensei politely and that she just misunderstood his behavior. Yeah. Satoto didn't really talk, but she never denied what her uncle was saying. Surprise, surprise. Though as a social worker, I guess, just from their POV, you can't really just I'm sure they have a checklist that they or some guidelines they have to follow. They can't just do it out of instinct or whatever, even if the person thought he wasn't the greatest or something. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Bare minimum.
そんなのは当たり前じゃねえか。衣食も寝る場所もなくならないと虐待とは呼ばれないってのかよ。
まあ、そういうことらしいね。
It's a rough view. I don't think it's like that in Canada. Right? I mean, that's bare minimum, but like...
そういうケースでは、そもそも面会も拒否されるらしいから、面会できた時点で相談所は緊急性がないと判断したみたい。
シオンのやつ、がっくり来てただろ。
Someone needs like... Mia needs to stitch some bodyguards at Shion so she doesn't go over there and whack him or stab him. Shion's more of a stabber. Keiichi's the whacker.
サトコがサトシに義理立てして助けを求めないように、シオンもサトシに義理立てしてサトコを救おうと躍起になっているとこがあるから、短期を起こそうって気はとりあえずなくなったみたいだけど。
The Satoshi effect, man. Bro, I mean, this arc is so full of... Dude, I haven't even thought about this. You got, like, Akasaka returning, like, all this crazy stuff. You know, how to make this arc more hype? Bring back Satoshi. I don't think they're gonna do that, but... I didn't think they're gonna bring back Akasaka, but Satoshi is, like, probably dead. So, there's the difference. Wouldn't that be a hype? Wouldn't that be a hyped moment? Satoshi out of nowhere.
サトシは本当にどこに行っちまったんだよ。妹の危機だってのにどこに行っちまったんだ。
わからないとしか言えないよ。
そうだな。すまん。サトシが帰ってきてくれれば、サトシが解決してくれるだろうなんて。それこそシオンの言う通り、他力本願の極みだぜ。誰かが助けに来てくれるのを期待するんじゃない。助けるんだ、俺たちが。
そうだね。私たちにできる努力をしないといけないよ。
しかし、その崎家もさすがだな。今日訪問したばかりの保護士の見解を、その場にはもうキャッチしてるってんだからさ。児童相談所の中にスパイがいるとしか思えないな。
They have spies everywhere in this region, probably.
まあまあ。
Let's be honest. Or prefecture, at least.
ってことは、その人は児童相談所の内部、もしくは相当詳しい人なんだろ。情報をくれた人は今回の件、どうするのがベストだとか。
熱くならずにしばらく様子を見てみようって言われちゃったよ。
なんだよそりゃ。ミオ、お前サトコがどういう状況か話したんだろ。おじに監禁されていじめられてて、学校にも通わせてもらえないのがどうして様子見なんだよ。ケイちゃん、これは私が言ったんじゃないからね。その人が私に言ったことをそのまま言うんだから誤解しないでね。さ、確かにサトコが今日登校しなかったのは事実だけど、でも1日だよ。1週間や1ヶ月というならともかく、1日じゃ本当に風邪の可能性も。
They need the hard evidence, dude. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you can't take a video, like I said, can you like just take a photo or something? Do some espionage.
でも虐待されてるんだぞ。サトコの体や心に消せない傷が残るまで放置しろってのかよ。
待ってケイちゃん、そこなんだよ。私たちは去年のサトコがどういう状況にあったかよく知ってるから危機感を持ってるけど、実際昨日今日でサトコは何の虐待も受けていない。客観的に見て現時点でサトコが虐待を受けているとはとても言えないんだよ。
確かに殴られて青あざがあるとかそういうのはまだない。
Yeah, but
時間の問題だろう。
that's the thing. Unlucky. I mean, we know what Tepe's doing, but like, without any actual injuries, you can't just say to the person, hey, it's only a matter of time before that happens. It's just like, doesn't work like that, sadly.
それにリカちゃんと2人で暮らしてるの無理に家に連れ戻したのだって虐待とは言えないのかよ。
I still don't know about that Lido Guardian after leaving her alone for a year. Seems a little sus to me, but
それは昨日
whatever.
私たちで話した時に
I don't know anything. Don't ask me.
親権者が子供を保護すること自体は自然だからさ、客観的に見て聡子が虐待を受けているとは言えないんだよ。
虐待が起こる前に食い止めなきゃしょうがねえじゃねえかよ。で、ミオンに怒鳴ることじゃねえな。すまんすまん。
I knew that wasn't Mion's opinions, but it felt like she was telling me that and I raised my voice. I mean, it was kind of Mion's opinion, into Higurashi. Don't worry, I feel you, Keiichi. I was getting pissed at everyone, too. I remember that scene. That was like the one scene I didn't like, because I was actually getting mad. When I sensed her dismay, I quickly apologized.
私も去年の聡子がどういう仕打ちを受けていたかよく説明したんだけど、去年の通報も様子見で解決してるわけだしね。
Resolved? What do you mean? The aunt died. You guys didn't resolve anything. What? We're just on wait for Teppei to die too? Is that what they want?
去年の虐待を解決したのは
Yeah.
目のたたりだろ。
What a shit excuse.
別に相談所が解決したわけじゃねえけどな。
Yep. Great point.
でもとにかく去年の件を含めても相談所はそのくらいの危機感しか持ってないってこと。私たちと相談所の温度差がどうも敵みたいなんだよ。
わかった。とにかく最初の手は打ったもんな。次の手はすぐに考えようぜ。
Time for some
明
reconnaissance.
日は全員で会議しよう。俺たちは最強の部活メンバーだぞ。
If only Atasato is here, dude. It's so unlucky he's not in Hinmizawa. I was so hyped. I mean, we know he's gonna be part of the story later, because he's gonna be back. There's no way he's just a random bait, but...
今
Man.
までもっと条件の悪い戦いを遊びのようにくぐってきたさ。
And even if they're using Teppei for
絶
baits,
対に聡子を救い出す。
I feel like Atasato can actually change Oishi's plan or whatever. Because Atasato and Oishi are actually buddies. They're buddies, so... I don't know. As we spoke, I felt less angry about the decision that the child consultation center made. It was something we expected anyway. I was being emotional for a while, but Mion wasn't taking it personally. She's usually a tough person, but I know that she feels very weak when something like this happens. I have to be careful to not get too emotional with her. Our enemy was Teppei. I couldn't yell at my friends just because I was frustrated. I almost forgot sometimes, but Mion is a girl. Yes. There's no way yelling at her without cause wouldn't hurt her. I think I have a tendency to lash out with my emotions sometimes. I definitely need to rein in that bad habit, especially during emergencies like this. What I like to do by myself was probably the same thing Shion was suggesting earlier. But I knew it wouldn't make Satoto happy. We club members are fearless, but the power I possess is the smallest among all of us. That's why I need to communicate with them. If we united, we would be able to come up with a better plan. I couldn't think of a plan all by myself. 3 heads are better than 1. We would definitely figure something out.
じゃあ私はこれからリカちゃんに電話するよ。
So she's gonna be happy about it.
ケイちゃんはレナに電話してくれないかな。
おう、わかったぜ。
Well, Rika already knows, so
Renata.
it doesn't really matter.
今日のあいつ、シオンと堂々やり合ってたな。それに、いいことも言ってたぜ。土壇場で骨のあるやつだよな。
レナは昔からここ一番では絶対に曲げないんだよ。でも、いいことならケイちゃんも言ってたよ。
Yeah, you take the chair to the face.
ちょっとかっこよかったかもだね。
今更だが、ちょいと照れることを言っちまったように思うな。
It was a good he 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 he. We'll put a replay on that.
レナは昔からここ一番では絶対に曲げないんだよ。でもいいことならケイちゃんも言ってたよ。ちょっとかっこよかったかもだね。
Solid.
なんだか恥ずかしいぜ。
じゃあこれで切るね。レナもきっと連絡を待ってると思う。申し訳ないけどよろしく頼むね。
おう、リカちゃんの方にもよろしくな。誰もが辛いが、多分リカちゃんはもっともっと辛いと思う。
Rika-chan was looking at the ground with a depressed look on her face all day. My chest hurt just remembering it. It must be even more painful to look at Satoko. Mian hung up the phone. I also hung up and then told Rena. She picked up the phone after one ring, which surprised me.
もしもし、レナか。お前、受話器の前でずっと待ってただろう。
なかなか連絡がないし、みーちゃんのところにかけても話中だしで困ってたんだよ。
その話中は多分俺と電話をしてたからだろう。ミオンは今はリカちゃんに電話してくれてる。役割分担ってことで。だから俺が状況を説明するぜ。
相談所の人はやっぱり様子見？
ああ、残念だがそういうことらしい。
すっごい悔しいけど多分そうだろうと思ってたからね。向こうの言い分はこう？まだ1日しか経っていないから状況がつかめない。今日の欠席も本当に風邪かもしれないし、さとこちゃん自身に特に虐待の痕跡は見つけられなかった。
It's a good guess, Rena.
こんなとこかな。
お前、俺んちに盗聴器つけてるだろ。そうだよ、まさにその通りだよ。まったくクソったれな話だぜ。
まだ1日しか経ってないって。ほんと虐待が起こってしまったらその時は手遅れだというのに。
Yep, that's the other side of the coin. It's a rough... I don't even know how you would properly do it. I don't
虐
know.
待が本当に起こったら、サトコはきっと誰が見てもわかる外傷を負う。そうなったら、おじのやつ、サトコを保護士に合わせるわけがない。そうなったらで、またしても虐待の痕跡は発見できないって言って。
Now, if the... I feel like if the guardian doesn't let the social workers see the child or refuses to talk to them, then I feel like you should be allowed to forcefully do that. That seems a little weird that they would just give up. I don't know about that. Why would they do that? That seems a little janky.
それってすっごい矛盾だよね。
Apparently they need court approval for forced entry, but applying for that isn't easy. Okay, well, there's my answer, I guess. I mean, it made sense, but like, yeah, I guess it does make sense. Unlucky. So while social workers may be supposed to have great legal power, in reality, their hands are tied and they can't act if the family turns them away. They're not the police. They're not the ones who storm in even if they have to break windows to do so. Damn it, then who does have the right to break those windows? If we did, I'd smash them wide open.
とにかく連中には危機感が足りないんだよな。このままサトコを放っておいたらどういうことになるかが分かってないんだ。
圭一君ってちょっとすごいなって思う。
どうしてだ？
だって圭一君って転校してきたばかりなんだよ。さとこちゃんと知り合って半年も経ってないはずなのに、これだけ親身になってさとこちゃんのことを考えることができて、そして去年のさとこちゃんがどんな状況だったか見たことがないにもかかわらず、さとこちゃんがどんな辛い思いをしたか想像することができる。圭一君が普通の人だったなら、多分私たちが騒ぐのに対しきっとこう言ってるよ。まだ1日目だろ、しばらく様子を見てみようぜって。
そんなのちょっと想像すりゃ分かることじゃねえかよ。 それにみんなから去年の里子がどうだったかってことは少なからず聞いてる。それから考えれば一刻の猶予もないことなんて簡単に想像がつくよ。
それはきっとすごいことだと思う。今日しーちゃんが乱暴なことを言いながら教室から出て行こうとした時、そしてケイチ君が言った言葉が
Pretty deep. Keiichi's a deep guy. What can I say? Do you think Satoto would appreciate it if you saved her by committing murder?
なかなか男の子が言えることじゃないよ。それどころかごめんね。しーちゃんが言い出すようなことはケイチ君が言い出すんじゃないかと思ってた。
It's another good guess. That's Serena. She saw right through me to the core. To be honest, I was able to keep my calm because Shion caused that commotion. I too thought our only option was to kill him. What's there to hesitate about? Everything would be resolved if we went over and killed her uncle right away. I thought those same things myself. And then I thought about how I would actually kill him. First I just shot him with a metal bat or something. Yeah. But before that I would scope out his house and did the hole to bury his body in ahead of time. When I imagined it, I envisioned myself actually digging the hole with a camping shovel in the woods. I repeated, "This is for Satoto, this is for Satoto," in my mind like a mantra, trying to forget the weight of the murder ahead. I relived that exhaustion and frustration. I could very clearly imagine myself standing there, soaking with sweat and covered in mosquito bites. And it was raining. Then I'm sure I'd call her uncle or something to lure him out of the house and bludgeon him to death. Then I repeated my mantra, "This is for Satoto, this is for Satoto," blaming her for that serious crime as I tried to avoid my own guilt over committing murder. Did Satoto ask me to do that? Am I gonna blame it all on her because I committed murder? Would she appreciate that? No, she wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to tell anyone that I killed someone. No one would appreciate my deed, and I'd have to carry that burden for the rest of my life. That pathetic future is one I couldn't have imagined in the rush I felt before carrying out the murder. I decided to tell him so I could return us to happier times. But the act of murder also meant shattering the thin path that could lead us back there.
俺はそこまで想像できたからシオンのように口に出して言うには及ばなかっただけさ。もしそこまで想像が及ばなかったら俺もシオンに同調して殺せ殺せって騒いでいた可能性は高いな。
そうなってたらもうどうにもならなかったね。ケイチ君の想像力が豊かでよかったかな。
It's a high rolled Keiichi, dude. Everyone's slightly high rolled. It's still a good world, potentially. Was that really just my imagination, though? Did I imagine killing our uncle in my mind? Could imagination alone really be that vivid? I could smell the earth, taste the scattered dirt flying into my mouth, see the pebbles scattered as I shoved my shovel down, and hear the roots cracking from its weight. The image was so real. It felt more like I had actually done it in the past.
そうだな。どういうことをしたらどういう結果になるかよく想像するべきだよな。
想像力のない大人になっちゃったら大変だからね。ケイチ君は冷静ないい大人になれると思うよ。
Yeah?
あれは想像の中だったのかな。なんだかさ、そういうイフの世界が他にもあったんじゃないかって思うんだよ。
想像力が本当に豊かな人はあらゆる可能性の世界を垣間見ることができるって言うもんね。だからケイチ君が本当に悩んで未来を見据えた結果の想像ならば、それは単なる想像の世界ではなく 確かにあり得た別の可能性の世界の情景なんだと思うよ。
That takes an extreme amount of imagination to think of I mean, maybe not. Of like any situation and think of alternative possibilities like going down the road. I guess that's actually not that hard. I was thinking like that's amazing, but like I think I can do that, so I mean I am amazing, so maybe it is amazing.
その別の世界でも相談所への通報は様子見で終わるんだ。それでその後、聡子は一時的に学校に登校するようになるんだが、何日もしないうちに壊れてしまうんだ。
Satoko is bearing the abuse, but even something small would be enough to break her. Just like an old bowl that has a crack in it. One day that crack will eventually widen and the bowl will shatter.
俺の想像の世界では、聡子は頭を撫でたら壊れた。俺の手がおじの手に見えたのかもしれない。俺の手を払いのけて、泣きながらカーテンの束を抱いて、ニーニー、ニーニーって叫んでたよ。
ニーニーって呼び方、誰に聞いたの？
え？さあな。誰かに聞いたんだろうな。聡子がサトシを呼ぶ時の呼び方だろ。それがさ、本当に胸がかきむしられるような泣き方なんだ。俺は慰めてやりたいのに近寄ることもできない。俺が近寄ろうとするとおじの姿に見えるらしくて余計泣き叫ぶんだ。
やっぱり圭一君はすごいね。それはとても想像の中のこととは思えない。去年の聡子ちゃんは本当にそうだった。私やみーちゃんなんかはよく覚えてるから想像がつくことだけど、転校してきてまだそんなに経っていない圭一君がそこまで考えることができるなんて、本当に圭一君はすごいよ。だから圭一君は私たちと危機感がずれていないんだね。
じゃあレナも同じなのか？
うん。圭一君ほどはっきりとは見えないけれど、このまま聡子ちゃんを救えずに時間を過ごせば、きっと何日もしないうちに聡子ちゃんは壊れてしまうと思う。圭一君が言うような形でニーニーって言いながらカーテンを抱いて泣き叫ぶと思う。その時私たちはきっと思い知る。無力であることが罪なのではない。何もしないことが罪なんだって思い。あれ、私の想像の中の話なのにね。
Yes, everyone's remembering. I wonder if everyone will get to that final state. I probably doubt it, but that'd be like good. Near the end, everyone gets to like, you know, that super transcended Keiichi from last arc.
本当に悲しくて涙が出てきた。
Rena can also sense how urgently we need to save Satoko. Not everybody feels that way though. My friends will do, but they're special. And normal people like those at the child consultation center see us as overreacting.
そうだよね。まだ1日しか経ってないって言われたら言い返せないもんね。風邪なんかでお薬をもらう時と同じ。2、3日様子を見てみましょうってことになるもんね。
でな、俺たちはこの危機感にもっと素直でいいと思う。一刻の猶予もない。きっと聡子を助け出そう。
うん。私たちは一人一人では何も思いつけないけれど、みんなで一緒に考えればきっとすごい力を生み出せる。ずっと昔、私が一人で悩んで何か悲しい思いをした時、誰かにそう教えてもらった。
Yeah, I wonder who.
今こそそれを実践する時なんだと思う。
You need to have a friendship circle. That always helps.
そうだな。
Establish those
誰だか
bonds.
知らんが、レナにそれを教えたやつは立派なやつだな。
It's kind of funny, honestly. It was strange. I've had this feeling ever since Rena told me the story at school. It felt like I, too, once learned a lesson after some event. But Rena and I only met recently. I guess it's just a coincidence. Anyway, I was so lonely inside of my imagination. I thought it was stupid for them to only sit and think about how they could save Satoko, and I made a selfish decision. But I eventually learned. Just like Rena did. You'll never come up with anything good by worrying about something on your own. You have to talk to your friends. That way they will help you reach the best possible solution.
圭一君がしーちゃんの前に立ちふさがった時、圭一君は言ったね。俺を信じろ。今は思いつかないが、きっと最善手を思いつくからって。私は信じるからね。圭一君はきっと最善手を思いつく。
なんだよ、俺だけに任せるなよ。
You also need to convince Satoko. I feel like convincing Satoko and like chasing out Tepe like simultaneously is the best way to go about it. Because if you like get rid of Tepe, like chase him out before Satoko approves, it's might not go actually that well. So you need to do a nice it both at the same time. Give Satoko the taste of friendship again. Bring her over to your side.
いいアイデアは引き続き募集中だぜ。
I feel like Shion might be a good person to convince Satoko because they both have that Satoshi thing going.
そういう意味じゃないよ。私は何があっても仲間を信じるよ。絶対信じる。私たちはきっとさとこちゃんを救えるって信じてる。だから絶対に短絡的な手段には訴えない。
ああ、そうだな。きっと俺たちはサトコを救い出せる。信じろ。俺も信じる。
I will never think that I'm the only one who's trying to save her. I believe that all of us feel the same way.
明日みんなで集まって会議をしよう。実際に通報してくれた千恵先生も何か話を聞いてるかもしれないからな。俺たちは子供だから次の手が思いつかないが、大人ならいい手を知ってるかもしれない。
うん。そうだね。
Oops.
もうこれしか手がないなんて浅はかの極みだからね。
そうさ。手がないなんて努力しない奴の言い訳だ。手はある。絶対にあるんだ。だから俺たち自身に手がなくてもその手を探すことを決して諦めない。
うん、諦めない。
Okay, I'm back. Beyond praised her for it too, but Rena really is strong in a crisis. I got a little emotional when I was talking with Mion, but Rena is different. Her fire is quiet and blue, so at first glance it seems lesser than my bright red roaring blaze, but the truth is the opposite. Blue flames burn far hotter. As I spoke with Rena, I felt my useless, wild energy calming down so I could rationally search for the best solution. Through that, I felt Rena's strength. Though apparently Rena felt similarly about me.
圭一君と話していると、どんなめちゃくちゃなことになっても絶対に打ち破れるって気がする。圭一君にはそういう力強さと頼もしさがあるよ。だから圭一君と話をしているとどんどん勇気が出てくる。私たちは 必ずさとこちゃんを救い出せるんだって元気になってくる。
俺はレナから冷静さ。レナは俺から元気か。なるほど。お互いにうまく補完し合っている関係だな。
Yin to the yang.
理想的じゃないか。
そして兄ちゃんには園崎家という強い力がありながらも打たれ弱い心がある。でもそこはレナと圭一君できっと補ってあげられると思う。
そうだな。俺たちメンバーは子として最強。揃え。
Oops.
そうだよ。
Talking to Rena made me feel very confident. If I can share that confidence with my friends, I'll never feel down and miserable ever again. I'm going to give my power to the other club members so we can fight even harder.
リカちゃんは今一番打ちのめされていて戦う気力すらも失ってしまっている。でも私たちが戦う姿を見ていればきっと気力を取り戻してくれると思うよ。
そうだな。リカちゃんが戦う気力を取り戻してくれればますますに俺たちは無敵だぜ。とにかく明日だ。校長も交えて次にどういう手があるのか考えようぜ。いろんな人を巻き込んで助力を得てみよう。とにかく最善手を探そう。それこそが今の俺たちにできる最善手だ。
Yeah. I got off the phone with Rena. That was a pretty passionate conversation we were having. It's unfortunate that the Child Consultation Center came to the conclusion they did. But if they could still decide to wait and see, then that proved that Satoto was still safe for now. We are no more than children. Worrying about it too much won't cause us to come up with any good ideas. Murder isn't a real solution. But I had to admit, I thought about it once. It's easier to burn up in rage. However, I'd have to stay calm like Rena. She was still burning up. Burning up very calmly with a blue and quiet flame. I'd never seen anything like that before. Mom! It's been a while, I feel. I think that's her art debut. I heard my mom speaking to me. I needed more time to think about what to do with Satoto. Everyone else was probably doing the same. And the dad. What's up, Dad?
今日の入浴剤は本物の温泉でも使ってる業務用だから気持ちいいぞ。
I've never used bath salt in my bath. I haven't taken a bath in literal years. I kind of want to. I wanted to buy like a bath bomb, but I never got around to it. I should do that maybe one time for the holidays.
本物の温泉には入浴剤って入ってないと思うけどな。
I didn't go to a hot springs when I went to Japan either time. I don't know. It kind of sounds interesting. I don't really want to be naked though with strangers. Actually, I don't know if it's, well, I don't know. It's interesting, but not enough, I guess. Okay. My dad seemed to be in a good mood. He probably finished his work. He's as scary as a bear when he has artist's block. Maybe. Maybe my parents could help with an idea. I mean, last time they helped with the unsolvable crime or whatever. The perfect crime. They're the closest adults to me after all. Should I talk to them? Stupid question. I had no reason not to. I'd have to talk to them to seek some advice. Yo, some talking.
実はちょっと相談があるんだけど。
Some chatting with the parents. It's been so long.
なんだ今度のお祭りの叩き売りオークションのことか。父さんも応援してるからな。そういえば 実行委員会の会合はいつだったっけ？父さんも呼ばれてたな。ちゃんと予定表に書いておかないとな。
あ、その件じゃないんだよ。実はクラスメートがちょっと大変なことになってて。
As I talked about Satoko, my mom joined us and listened as well. My dad is a strange artist, but my mom is a normal person with common sense. Like the low-key burn. She might be able to help.
それでさっきの電話は結局様子見になったっていう連絡だったんだ。それで俺たち明日からどうしようかって言って悩んでるんだよ。
沖宮の生活相談所に通報したなら、あとは任せておくのがいいんじゃないの？
でもその子は去年にもひどくいじめられていたんだろう。
Yeah.
虐待の度合いのことはわからないが、二人で仲良く暮らしていたのを無理やり引き裂くのは父さんは少し納得できないな。
1年間も養育を放棄してて、ひょっこり帰ってくるような人
It's
だ。
always the kicker, dude. How can you still be a guardian after a year
児童相談所が様子見って
of
言ってるから、
neglection?
じゃあ様子見でいいだろうってのはものすごく他力本願だと思うんだ。俺たちはサトコの仲間だから、サトコを救い出すためにもっともっと攻めていきたいんだよ。でもそれがどんな方法なのか思いつかないんだ。
ケイチ、闇討ちなんて考えちゃダメよ。
考えてないよ。というかそんなこと考えてたら親に相談なんかしないよ。
それもそうね。ケイイチのことだから完全犯罪ってどんな方法があるって聞いてきそうな気がした
Good
もの
one,
だから。
Mom. What are you? Are you transcending too? Hey, I would never ask my parents something like that. I think.
圭一が正しいぞ。世の中には戦いがたくさんあるが、ルールに従って戦うのが大切だ。ルールを違反する人は誰も助けてくれないし、褒めてもくれない。ちゃんとルールにのっとって喧嘩をしなくちゃダメだ。
喧嘩にルールもへったくれもないと思うけどな。で、どう？何か手があったら教えてほしいんだけど。
My parents have been alive for more than twice as long as me. They must have some experience with things like this. They must have many good ideas. At least that's what I thought. But they crossed their arms and went silent.
普通はそういう話になったら児童相談所に通報するんだけど、通報して拉致が開かなくてその先ってのはな。
やっぱり法律とかそういうのではもうどうにもならないのかな。サトコがひどい傷を負うまで警察も相手にしてくれないのかな。
Sadly, yes. I wonder if Oishi would care more if they weren't using Teppei as bait. I don't know if he would.
だとしたら訴えていくしかないな。
訴える？裁判？
Can appeal this decision. Can you?
違うぞ圭一。
I mean, not sue him, but appeal the decision by the Constitution. Child Consultation Center. Obviously, I didn't mean sue him. It's not like it's a formal thing, right? Or was it? I don't
児
know.
童虐待は児童相談所の管轄と決まっている。そしてその児童相談所の判断に不服なら、
Ah,
裁判で訴える？
new tech.
ケイイチ、裁判は当事者同士の話し合いがつかないとき、その裁定を求める場でしょ。
Like I've been saying, get a bunch of the community members to vouch for you. Vouch for this issue, and then they'll have to take action. And it's so easy to get support too, just from the Sonozakis, which I guess might be harder because of they don't particularly like the Hojos, but I feel like Rika would get all the old people to help at least just by asking.
その前の段階を踏まなくちゃ。
日常生活の保全と問題解決は、そしてその相談所の判断に不服なら、
なら
Write a very angry email. No, I'm joking. But yes.
沖宮の生活相談所に訴えるんだよ俺たちが
Let's go. New tech. If we're unsatisfied with the decision they made, we can simply don't tell them that.
サトコとうちの関係はそんなのんびりしたものじゃないってことを誰よりも事情を知る俺たちが
I skipped
そうだよ
KG.
ね。
My bad.
相
What
談
is
所の
this?
人が私たちと同じくらいにさとこちゃんの置かれている状況を理解しているとは思えないもの。
This is some new OST. I'm liking it. I'm
もし
bobbing.
状況の認識に誤解があるなら私たちが説明してその誤解を解かなくちゃ。
なるほど。真正面からの正攻法ってわけか。
It's a good idea. I didn't even know you can appeal. I mean, it made sense.
どうでしょうね。お役所って一度決めた決定は容易に覆さないって聞きま
If
す。
you bring a whole Dane with you.
意味ないんじゃないですか。
意味がないかどうかは試さなくちゃわか
I
ら
don't
ないこ
think
と
it's
だろ
ever a waste of time to at least confirm if it's a viable plan or not.
やる前から諦めるなんて負け犬の発想だぞ
Yeah, stop being a loser,
で
Shion.
きる手は全て試すんだ
This is a winners only club.
昨日校長も教えてくれたぜどうせダメだと言って諦めた時戦う前から俺たちは敗北するんだシオンはサトコを助け出すつもりで短絡的な手段に訴えるのも辞さないとメラメラ真っ赤に燃え盛ってるでもな本当に熱い炎ってのは青くて静かなんだ
He really likes that saying. It's a good saying. Good enough to use twice.
決して諦めるな俺たちにできる全ての手を尽くすんだどうですか先生
This song? What is this song, dude? Feels so different from everything else we've heard. I like it though.
俺間違ったことを言ってますか
Chia.
いいえ、
Look at that happy Chia face.
間違ったことは言っていません。よく冷静に考えましたね。ひょっとしたら闇討ちしようなんてとんでもない話を言い出さないか先生ちょっと不
Everyone
安でし
knows transcended Chia? That's what my mom was saying. Is that how people perceive me?
た。先生も本当は様子見をするべきであると考えていました。でも皆さんの訴えや去年の話をいろいろと思い出すうちにさとこちゃんの問題が一刻の猶予もないということを理解できました。人は訴えによって考えを変えることがあります。それは沖宮の相談所とて同じです。訴えれば判断が覆ることもあるかもしれない。
Well, yes. I think that's just what happens when you successfully appeal.
どうしーちゃん。一人で膝を抱えて悩むくらいなら私たちと一緒に戦わない？
Tired of getting told.
誰が膝を抱いてるんですか？私泣き寝入りなんてしませんってば。
She's lonely.
なんだなんだシオンの狼狽が激しいな
Join the party. We're having a funky OST. It's time to get funky.
ひょっとしてビンゴだな
失礼な。いいですよ。レナさんの提案賛成です。行こうじゃないですか。それでもひよったことを言いやがったら鼻の骨をへし折ってやる。
鼻の骨はまずいが心意気は上等だぜ
Is this early? I guess it is. This Satoka's supposed to appear.
シオンも一晩頭を冷やし
What's
て
how Rika's not
少
here?
し炎を青くできたようだな
Or she's just quiet?
私はサトコを救うために本気なだけです。とにかくそうと決まったら躊躇せずに実行しよう。行くべき場所は分かってる。
Oh, we're going right now.
実はね、 おじさんも知らなかったんだけど、
Nice.
図書館の1階に児童相談所があったんだよね。
What? The library? We've been on the library like a million times. Isn't that like super weird? Why is it combined with the library? I guess because it's a small town. Mian grinned and showed us the location on a city guide, but to be fair, I've never seen one. I don't even know where the local one is. She's really prepared for this. Of course she is.
受付の時間は夕方5時15分まで。相手が相手だからね。喧嘩腰はダメだよ。
Can fight them if they reject the appeal, though.
あくまでも冷静にね。何よね。私に言ってるんですか？私を誰だと思ってるんですか？相手を口説くのが目的なら、嘘泣きだろうとこびまくりだろうと、私は何だってやりますよ。
Put your acting skills to use.
しーちゃん、その息だよ。夕方5時なら今から行けば十分間に合うね。
It was past 3 o'clock. We made it before. Oh, okay, so it's not early. It was past 3 o'clock. We'd make it before they close if we rushed there on our bikes. What? Why does it sound like we're on a phone? Did we already leave? Are we talking on a walkie-talkie?
入り口は時間ぴったりに閉まるけどね。その時間に中に入れば絶対に追い出されはしない。いい？お役人と交渉するときは決して値を上げないこと。お役人は意外にタフだけど、民間と違って向こうから話を打ち切れないの。
I feel like Mian will shine at this. I'm sure she's got some pretty mean negotiation skills. Yo, pull out the Oryu impression at these guys. Spook them out a bit.
絶対にこれ以上は言っ
That'd
て
be
も拉致
actually
が開かないなんて
hilarious
思
to
って
see.
隠しちゃダメ。
I don't know if we'll actually see the appeal though.
しっかり全ての言い分を言い終わるまで粘るんだよ。
みーちゃん、沖宮のお役所のこと詳しいね。
It's part of her training.
私を誰だと思ってんの？市長懇親会メンバーにして姿勢モニター会員、園崎お亮の代理だよ。お役所の人と話をすることなんてしょっちゅうだって。
なあミオ、園崎家の方からいわゆる別のルートを使って働きかけるってことは
I was
できない？
thinking that too. It's like you can't K him, obviously, because of Oishi, but can you just like spook him away? I feel like isn't he like terrified of Kasai?
それはバッチャが絡むからね。
Yeah, oh yeah, because the Sonozakis don't like the Hojos. Yes, we know that.
ばあさんの力を借りるのは無理でしょ。未だ頭の中はダム戦争。一億一心火の玉ですからね。今でも北条家のことを嫌ってるみたいですし。
里子の死んだ両親がダムに反対してたって話か。俺はミオンのばあさんには会ったことねえんだが、心の狭い野郎だな。
She forgives, you just need to give a couple of fingernails up.
いつまでも終わったことをぐちぐち言ってんじゃねえってんだよ。
全くです。
She made some good ohagi though.
この点ではケイちゃんと一致しましたね。
つまり園崎家としては動けないってことなんだね。
そういうことだね。ごめんね。年寄りは頭が固いから。リカちゃんは猫可愛がりな連中が多いくせに、里子はみんな見て見ぬふりだった。
At least with Rita-chan, they can't just outright hate Satoko. Does that be like insulting Rita?
今回の件とは別にせよ。なんだか鉄平は積極的に里子をいじめやがるからもちろん許さねえが、消極的に里子をいじめるやつも 俺が許さねえからな。その年寄り連中に畳の上で死にたかったら前原圭一をあまり怒らせるなって伝えとけ。
うん、了解。じゃあ行きませんか？時間がもったいないです。
よっしゃ、全は急ごうぜ。行こうぜみんな。
Let's go.
リカちゃんはどうする？
Okay, Rita was here. I guess the Totoro didn't come.
一緒に行こう。
Rena spoke to Rika-chan, who had been avoiding our conversation. She seemed to have given up all hope yesterday. It was so painful to see her so depressed.
どうせ何をやっても無駄よ。ほら、そのどうせがいけない。
Yeah, didn't you hear the principal's thing?
無駄かどうかは試さなくちゃわからないもの。あまたの世界で何度もあなたたちは右往左往した。それでどうにもならなかったのに、どうして今回はどうにかなると思う？
This time we have everyone on the verge of remembering the past lives plus friendship power times 1,000. We got this. Plus the secret Akasaka play near the end. Sometimes I really had no idea what she was saying. Really have no idea. I think it's better. All I could tell is that she was being negative about the situation. Is that what you got out of it, Keiichi?
無駄だってことをもう試してきたの？
Yeah, have you done appealed? That was like a groundbreaking thing for Keiichi.
なら試そうよ。リカちゃんにとってさとこちゃんは大切じゃないの？
I feel like Rita's charisma would do pretty well also at the consultation center, especially like Rita there explaining it, because Rita and Satoto were living together. But I don't know if Rita's in the mood to do some heavy meeps at them, you know?
なら試そうよ。戦おう。今ほどさとこちゃんがリカちゃんの力を求めている時はないと思うよ。どうせ終わる世界の座興ね。どうしたの？早く行こうよ。リカちゃまが乗り気じゃないみたいです。本当に友達がいのない人ですね。
So much for friends. She's kicked out of the friendship circle. Unlucky.
普段あれだけ一緒にいる親友なのに、サトコのピンチに腰を上げることすらできないんですか？
Now.
あんたにサトコのことで説教される日が来るとはね。
It's a new world, Rita. You gotta go. Respect the changes.
サトコをあれだけ目の敵にしてたあんたがね。ん？あんた、おつむは大丈夫です？
Don't you see this new Shion is just proof that the world's not doomed?
なんで私がサトコを目の敵にしなきゃなんないんですか？こっちの話よ。いいわ、付き合う。どうせ家に帰ったってふて寝するだけだもん。
Jesus. He does not care at all, huh?
なんか気に入りませんね。つうか、私のことバカにしてます？
Drinking her one drop of wine with orange juice.
やめなよ、しーちゃん。そしてリカちゃんもやめて。今は
No fight.
サトコちゃんを救うためにみんなで力を合わせよう。
Let's show Rita Miracle. Imagine if the consultation center's just like, alright, we changed our mind. We'll do something.
みんなの力が合わさればきっと奇跡が起こせる。
She actually said the word miracle. Is that a trigger word for Rita? No, not yet. Okay.
一人の力が欠けてもダメ。
Bam.
だからリカちゃん、あなたも力を貸して。
If she can act, it will boost her chances, I think. I don't know if she will, though. Look how emo she is right now. Something that Rena said must have given Rita-chan motivation. It's probably Miracle. It's, everyone has their words, you know. Shion's is Satoshi, Rita's is Miracle. Irie's is Maid. You know, everyone has their special word. I can't think of everyone's word. Chia's is curry. Rena's is cute. I don't know what would be Mia. I guess competition. Or penalty. What's Keiichi's? I don't know Keiichi's. I'll come back to you on that. I could see a sparkle in her eye. Rena had said something interesting. She said that we can make a miracle happen. It's the same thing I said when this world began. Hey, POV switch. At that time, I can make a miracle happen, but I didn't say how. But Rena just clearly stated that.
みんなの力を合わせれば奇跡が起きる。
Nothing bad will happen if we are all together. ひひひ。
奇跡ってのはね、それだけのことで起こせるんだよ。それでも起きなかったら、本当にみんなの力を得ていない時だけ。
Miracles through hard work.
みんなが本当に力を合わせたら起きない奇跡などない。そうですね。
Nice.
竜宮さんの言う通りです。
Chia.
人は助け合うことで何倍にも強くなれます。一人でも多くの力が合わされば必ずどんな困難も乗り越えられます。そうだね。
Everyone's gonna repeat it.
かつてひなみ沢もダム湖の底に沈むという運命が決まっていた。
It's a classic. You say something, then every character repeats it in a different way.
でもそれを2000人の人々が結束して決まっていた運命を打ち破った。
It's a fun dragging, though. It's not a bad way to drag it.
運命打ち破る。
You're stirring her up. Keep going.
私たちひなみ沢の人間はこれほど身近に奇跡をしているはずなんだよ。
It is like kind of a miracle that they stopped a government project for the dam through like protesting slash. It's almost like terrorist attacks. Protesting terrorist attacks.
みんなで力を合わせれば絶対に打ち勝てる。
That's what I like to see. Put in the effort.
そ
What
こ
do you
ま
gotta
で
say,
言われたら
Shion?
行くしかないと思いませんか、リカちゃま。
Do you like how Shion puts Chama on Rita's name? I respect it.
これで奇跡が起こらなかったら、リカちゃまが欠けてみんなが揃わなかったから奇跡が起こらなかったことになります。
So it's going to be my fault. That's interesting. A miracle is something that we can make happen. But we need everyone's power to make that come true. Destiny can be defeated. Fate can be escaped from. This can happen with a miracle. A miracle can happen if we unite.
昨日レナも言ったぜ。一人で悩んだってろくなことは思いつかない。全員で力を合わせるんだ。相談し合うんだ。運命に屈するな。そもそも運命なんてな、金魚すくいの網より薄くて簡単に破れるもんだってことを覚え
Skipping
ておけよ。
Keiichi again. How can he say that without knowing how stubborn fate can be? To me, with a witch trapped within fate. But for some reasons, his words sounded very persuasive. He easily changed my fate to play the fishing game. In my previous life, Keiichi saved Rena from her devastating fate. As fragile as a thin sheet of paper. He's saying that the world I've been struggling in for 100 years is that easy to change? Hee hee hee. Keiichi had made a fool out of me, as per usual.
行くわ。
よし、 よく言ったぜリカちゃん。
On you.
リカ、いいのですか？
Honey, I know you mean well, but I feel like this is much better than the emo Rita we've been getting. Honey looked at me with concern. She wanted to warn me that I would get hurt if I expect too much.
どうせかけるコインは1枚も残ってない。これ以上何を負けたってどうせ終わった世界だもの。でもそれは前の世界もそうだった。レナが学校を占拠した時、もうどうしようもないと思った。
And you worked together, you did a little broom spear attack, and it worked out.
あれほどの末期的な局面からすら、その圭一が運命なんか金魚すくいの網だって言うのよ。この世界をもう諦めてるからこそ、なんだか面白そうに感じてきたわ。どうせまた期待を裏切られます。
Don't be a downer.
そして辛そうになるリカを見て、僕も辛い気持ちになるのです。
If you're gonna be a downer, at least make your cat noise, alright? Make it entertaining.
大丈夫よ。もう落ち込まないわ。流せる涙は流し尽くしたもの。どうせ圭一たちがどうあがいたって、聡子は救えないって諦めてる。
I love it when someone says no matter what happens, and then it happens.
だからこそよ。
It's my favorite thing to see. Time to flip it around, Keiichi. I'm telling you, bro, we might be hard stuck on this for a while, and then Akasaka out of nowhere will aid us for the final push.
児童相談所に乗り込もうなんて展開は初めてだしね。圭一に起こせる奇跡なんて何もないのですよ。
It's the first time to the consultation center. It's new tech on you. Honey spoke to me in a stern voice. Miracles are called miracles because they don't happen easily. Isn't it like miraculous that they're remembering though? I mean, maybe, like I said before, my idea is that eventually they'll all remember anyways, just as a more of a cause and effect thing. But like, I don't know. I guess that technically won't be miraculous, huh? It's just something that was meant to be.
期待なんかしてないわよ。でも面白そうだと思うのよ。運命をあっさり破ると豪語した圭一がどうあがくのかがね。リカ、どうか自分の心をこれ以上追い詰めないように気をつけ
Hanyu,
てなのです。
please. Yo, what if Hanyu was the culprit the whole time? She was killing people and resetting so she could spend an eternity with Rika. I'm just joking, but like, also, you're making it seem that way by persuading Rika to just go with the flow. Because if she just goes with the flow, then they'll just keep repeating the going through worlds together until she just dies permanently.
余計なお世話よ。
She said the line.
消えなさい。
She didn't finish it up with the uppercut though. It's hard. I didn't expect it. I wasn't expecting anything. I was trying to enjoy my last week alive like watching a TV show. But I had to admit I was possessed by a strange feeling. It was a little bit exhilarating. I was nervous as if anticipating something. I had felt the same way when Keiichi remembered the memories from the past in my previous life. I didn't have any coins left to make a bet, but I knew what this feeling meant. If I had a coin left in my heart, I would bet everything on this feeling.
すべての手を尽くしてダメならば、それはそれで諦めがついて気分がいいかもしれないものね。
諦める必要なんかねえぞ。絶対に聡子は救い出せるんだからな。リカちゃんはちゃんと聡子の布団を干しておけよ。
The last hint was called Wet Blanket. Foreshadowing? Actually, I don't remember if it was called Wet Blanket. I think it was.
聡子が近いうちに戻ってくるんだからな。 その時ふかふかの布団が敷けなかったらかわいそうだぞ。
Get the laundry ready.
気に入ったわ、ケイチ。行きましょう。あんたなら地獄の閻魔の最低だって金魚すくいの網と同じにしてしまうわね。
ああ、今の俺を地獄の閻魔だって食い止められると思うなよ。
Ruler of hell.
絶対に覆してやる。
I stood up from my seat. Keiichi's a very good speaker. That's why I never get bored with him. I've been with him for 100 years, but he still keeps me entertained.
じゃあ先生、私たちはちょっくら行ってきます。
So much build up. I keep thinking the chapter break is about to happen.
先生も来ますか？
Chia? Back up?
私は教育委員会の方へ訴えます。
It's alright, Chia.
児童相談所も教育委員会も同じ役所ですからね。
Hit him from different angles.
役所は案外内側から攻めるのが効果的なこともあります。一応先生も地方公務員ですからね。
Nice.
確かにそうですね。
Feel like they would listen to the teacher too.
役所の人は外部には冷たくても内部にはそうとは限らないこともあります。じゃあ先生には先生の角度からの攻撃をお願いして私たちは行こうじゃない。真正面からの攻撃を。
Bow. Bow, bow.
よし行こうみんな。
Let's go! Go! Chap. What? Bruh. That was a perfect place to end it. Even knowing that everything is doomed, part of me felt like something good might happen. Hanyu told me it was only a waste of time. I felt the same way until a few minutes ago. But I had become much more interested. I had no idea what would happen. I wanted to see how Keiichi was planning to defeat this destiny. I raised my fist in the air, along with them, and hurried to the exit. As for Satoto, she didn't come to school again today. Teppei called the school and told them that she still has a fever. He said he's going to keep her home for a few days until she gets better. Chia said that she thinks Teppei knows she called the child consultation center. He must be worried that Satoto will rat him out if he lets her go to school. I don't want to think about it, but it's possible that Satoto has visible bruises by now. That could also be why he won't let her go to school. Everything was happening much earlier. Satoto's situation was worsening earlier than it did in my previous lives. Okay. Yep, everything's earlier. What does it mean though? What does it mean? It's a blue sky.
と意気込んできたのはいいものの、
Oh,
待たされるな。
we're actually gonna start to see it. That's gonna be spicy. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching. You sleepy. See, I knew it was gonna be a long episode again. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and yeah, I mean, again, I know there was a time I wasn't talking. It's intense stuff. I don't really want to disturb the flow with chatter, but I guess we'll see how this goes. I doubt it will work. I think it's a little early, but like if it does work and we clear that problem, then that's good. I mean, it's not the end, because obviously we need to stop the mastermind. I mean, and we still need to protect Tomotaki and Takano from whatever. So yeah, but that would be surprising. But yeah, good chapter. We got a new bopper OST. Good vibes all along. Shion is now on the friendship train to save Satoto, and Rika is on board now. We have our full power bring out the acting skills, bring out the charisma, bring out the intimidation, and let's convince these chumps that we mean business. But you have to wait until next episode for that. So thanks for watching as always, and hopefully you had fun. See you next time. Good night. That's good day. Whatever. Bye.